And we're good. We're going live. We're live. All right. All right. Hey, look at us. Hey, heyo. It's us. We're live. We're in your ear holes, in your eye holes, in your living room, in your bedroom, in your bathroom, wherever you're watching us at. That's where we are. I wonder if some... No, no, let's not. No, let's. Oh, weird. Uno momento, por favor. Properties. Okay. What about now?
Only Donnie coming through again.
There you go. All right. Now I'm seeing.
Are we good? Are we good?
Yeah, I rebooted my computer today, so of course it always messes with the audio settings and all that stuff. Blue is so sick, I can hear her. It's so sick.
Yes. Blue's sick voice persists. It is getting better, though. It's not nearly as bad as last week.
Right. It's only down to 1 pack a day.
It's
Dookie
great progress.
does say he is from the future, and Silk Song would be shadow drop tomorrow, exclusive for Xbox Game Pass. Now,
stop lying to me. You've been lying to me all day long. Stop lying to me.
Blue, what would happen if tomorrow they announced it? You're working right in the middle of the day, and they're like, oh, guess what? Boom. Silk Song, available now. Go play it. Would you...
Well,
I feel so sick.
I'm getting fired, probably, because I'm not going to work. There's not going to be a podcast on Friday, so sorry, everyone. Because all day Thursday is Silk Song Day. And that's just the way it is. And I feel like our real fans would understand.
Look at the priorities she has. She's like, fuck everybody
else. Priorities.
I don't hate it. I think our fans would understand if we pushed the episode out until like Sunday or Monday or what have you.
You know what? I'll do everyone a solid. I'll drop like a 10-second. There's no episode. I'm playing Silk Song. Okay, bye. Put that out on the podcast catchers. We're good.
And you know what? That would be the one episode that we like beat our record.
2,000 downloads. It'd be great.
Woo! Just got to pump those numbers up.
See, and as T-Ken says, true fans will be playing Silk Song themselves anyway.
Of course. Correct. Yeah, and like I said, I don't hate the idea of us postponing all the editing and all that stuff and throwing work off to the wind and not doing that just for Silk Song. I don't
work
mind.
Is for jerks anyways.
That rhymed. All I heard was the
Good one, D.
You're cool, and I'm out. And throws a burger at somebody. On that note, let's go ahead and start the show. Welcome to Gamers Week Podcast. Like the name says, we analyze the best, worst, and weirdest headlines of the past week in the video game industry. This is episode 179, and today is Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. My name is Donnie G Retro, and I will be your host this evening, but as you can see, I am not alone. I am joined by my two gracious co-hosts. My first co-host can find chips, boots, keys, the exit to a maze, but always has trouble with a certain spot. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him, Ryan Payne, a.k.a. Retro Game Brews. Ryan, how are you doing this evening, buddy?
What spot would that be?
The pizza
I don't think
spot?
we're not gonna say it.
No.
I'm just if we could like. Yeah, I think it's now all we're in the circle.
Yeah.
The circle of trust.
You're all around it. You just
just get. That was perfect. That was a perfect pop. Love it. My second co-host fell for the oldest trick in the book today. And didn't heed the advice of Walter Donovan in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade when he said, don't trust anyone. Blue, how are you doing this evening?
Not well. Not
Not
well. I got
well.
to be honest.
Why?
I don't feel that I have ever been more devastated and betrayed. And you are correct in that. I thought if I could trust anybody, it could be my podcast co host. But it turns out they are more willing to lead me astray than anyone else on the planet. And so that is my bad. And nary again shall you have my trust. This was it.
Nary.
It's broken.
Nary.
That's it.
Can it be repaired?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Okay.
What's
All right.
done is done, and it
can't,
shall not be undone.
it can't be stitched back together.
No,
Nope.
absolutely
Yeah,
not.
okay.
No.
Well, guys, I messed up. I messed up big time. I apologize for that. So if you're unfamiliar, if you're not a patron of our Discord, there's been a whole bunch of hype about a certain game recently with Gamescom, and I posted in our Discord that there was a playable demo that was going to be available today. This is a game that Blue has been anticipating for quite some time, that a lot of people have been anticipating for quite some time. And this was fake news. It was not real. And she fell for it. And, oh, well, Zach fell for it too. So,
No, you fell for it. I
Well,
think
yeah,
that's the thing.
I
You wouldn't post it. You posted it in good faith, which is why we all fell for it subsequently
Yes.
to your falling for it.
like, I am guilty. I fell for it because I thought it was true. But when I posted it, and then I started looking like on Steam and everywhere else. I'm like, I don't see a playable demo. It turns out there wasn't.
No, but that's okay because the Silksong Direct or whatever it's called is tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow.
And perhaps we will get a playable demo. Perhaps we will even get a shadow drop. But we have to wait until tomorrow morning.
I am willing to bet, and I will bet the house that it will shadow drop tomorrow. It will
No.
be playable and ready to go tomorrow.
I'm betting because they have playable demos at Gamescom, and why bother going all that way to play the Silksong demo if they were just going to shadow drop it while you were there? I'm betting we get nothing tomorrow but a release date, and it'll be a holiday 2025 release.
Doongi Forever has a question for you, Blue.
Why is Blue so excited for Silksong? Because Hollow Knight is my favorite game of all time. Silksong is the sequel to my favorite game of all time. Hence, excitement dialed up to 11.
And the fact that you've been waiting and teased and teased and teased
Right.
over and over again.
Edging is great, but there's a limit, and we gotta get the payoff at some point.
Hey, GoldenEye, how you doing this evening? Want to start your own podcast? Maybe about cacoraphobia? Did I pronounce that right?
Not at all.
So close though.
Cacorophiophobia?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Which is the fear of failure.
Oh, which coincidentally is the Gamers Week safe word of the day. You'll need a place to host your show. Buzzsprout has a user-friendly interface, great analytics, and resources to help grow your audience. Use the link in the description to get a $20 credit when you sign up for a paid plan. Did you say Flugenheimen?
Bring out the testicle clamps.
Flugen! Let's jump right into our reviews, reactions, and requests. Ben Magnet says, listening to Gamers Week and they talk about great Japanese commercials. My personal favorites are the Tommy Lee Jones Boss Coffee commercials and the long man commercials. The last one sells a gummy candy, and that is flipping Saga. Look it up. I'm not familiar with a lot of Japanese commercials, so I don't know what's going on there. I'm pretty sure it's just celebrities just smiling and the voiceover and all that stuff, and they're promoting the product.
There is some of that, yes. I would say most celebrities, though, don't use a voiceover. They just use their own voice and try to pronounce the Japanese, which is funny in itself. But there are just so many weird commercials in Japan, which makes it awesome. Dole commercial where this guy has Dole banana fingers and like Dole bananas coming out of his head. And
Yeah.
he's flapping in the air like this. and then he gets to a girl who looks sad, and he goes like this, and he shoots bananas out of his nose, and they like pile up in her lap, and then he flies away on his banana fingers. Yeah, that's
weird.
a normal one.
What does Saga stand for?
Saga.
Saga?
Saga with emphasis.
That is flipping saga. Okay.
It's a saga.
Saga. Okay. Thought it was acronym or a abbreviation or something. Saga.
No, it's fine. It's fine. GoldenEye has seen the banana commercial.
Next time you have a fever dream, pitch it as a commercial to Japan, says Frank.
Nice, Frank.
Number one Blue Sick Voice fan says, thank you for the lovely treat on this week's episode of Gamers Week. Well worth the wait again. Hope you feel better. Writer's View.
Thank you. I do feel much better. Last week was still pretty touch and go, but I feel much better now, even though I don't sound much better. But we're getting there.
Somehow I feel like number one Blue Sick Voice fan is not disappointed.
No. Actually, I don't think many people are probably disappointed. But they're okay if the recovery lasts a long time.
I think you should just like pick up smoking, like unfiltered.
It's
Marlboro
so bad for
Red.
your skin. It's so bad for your skin, and you know how.
You want it to look like a catcher's mitt?
For the podcast, absolutely.
What?
It's an audio podcast, right?
We
don't
don't
anymore.
We do
Not
live.
anymore, since you guys insisted we do this live on Twitch.
We'll just put a mask of you over your face.
And last but not least, Go Hobo Go says, another great show. I have heard the Jar Jar Sith idea before, but loved the details. I would love to hear more of Crazy Uncle Ryan's Conspiracy Corner. And Blue, you had the chance to give Mr. Blue the night of his life, and you blew it. The stories he would have told of his magical night with his wife and a hot girl who tasted like stale fries and Bacardi. I'm lost.
Last week, with the girl who said, I noticed you didn't finish your fries. Can I have your fries? I'll do anything for your fries.
Okay. Sorry.
It's like goldfish memory there.
It's slipping. I tell you what, it's slipping.
And Go Hobo Go, you will be happy to hear that we might have a Crazy Uncle Ryan's Conspiracy Corner today.
Aru? Yeah. You know, and it's for the best that we didn't make that girl pay for her fries, because I woke up the next morning with this. So it worked out the best.
Oh.
Not as fun, but it worked out for the best. Puzzle says, I hope they were good fries. They actually were. They were really good fries with a nice like garlic aioli on the side. It was really good.
Were they like a thinner fry?
No, I prefer a shoestring fry, but these were crinkle cut fries.
Gross. I hate crinkle cut fries.
They were good crinkle cut fries, though. Trust me. You're just going to have to trust me.
I trust you. I'm putting my trust in you.
That's funny because I don't trust you.
Yeah, I know. So there is a burger place that was in my hometown that closed down probably about 10 years ago. They sold the recipe to another local bar that's popular in my hometown. But it just like the recipe wasn't really quite the same. They're like these mini burger sliders, right? And they just recently reopened. So on Sunday, I was over watching some games, betting on some stuff, and I decided to stop in and get some of these burgers. And my God, were they amazing. They were better than I remembered. They toasted and buttered the buns so good on the burgers, but the fries, where they used to be shoestring, they are now crinkle cut. So when I opened the box for the fries, I was like, almost threw them out the window, but I angrily and disheartedly ate them the entire ride home.
Sitting there begrudgingly,
Yeah.
like putting this.
Yeah, double fisting fries in a burger.
Now the burgers
Just out
I
of
waited,
spite.
but the fries was just like, really? I don't want to waste this stuff. So okay. And every bite, every swallow just tasted like I was unhappy.
You shouldn't swallow it if it doesn't taste good.
Never mind. Moving on.
It's like, yeah, okay. It's like Anton Ego. I don't like food. I love it. And if I don't love it, I don't swallow. Thick seasoned wedges with the skin on them for me. Yeah. good. All right, enough talk about fries. Let's go ahead and jump into our patron shoutouts.
We couldn't do what we do without the help of our gorgeous patrons. Here are the generous folks supporting Gamers Week on Patreon. Moradib, Michael, get to the chopper, Lakite, Emo-esque, Bill Tucker, you know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps, Fruitcakes, I hate it when my Schwartz gets twisted, Pickled Pepper, Ducks with Thick Thighs, Absolutely the Best Podcast, a work in progress, Bops and Dugnut, Blues Little Sis, Loudmoth, Retro Blast Pat, B&T Zilla Guy, The Mad Milkman, Seven Castle Forest, Crunchy Kong, Sheriff Snack, or Sheriff the Handsome Chef, Frank Grande, Love Retro BTW, Steven Sand, Ramboski, Terry Kinnair, Don't Make Me Pull This Car Over, Games with Coffee, Hybrid Divide, You Fell Before Me, Davey PGH, The Pixel Pond Family, including Shannon and Luke, Zach, aka Old Cluster Nuts, Puzzle Butter, Number One Blue Sick Voice Fan, John Barron, Sassy Sony, Evil Lust. Have a structured settlement or annuity and need cash now? Call your boy JG Wentworth at 877 Cash Now. Mega Retro Man and Gamadroid. If you like what you hear today, and we really hope you do, please consider joining us on Patreon. Your support helps cover the cost of producing the show, as well as other cool stuff we'll be doing, like prizes and giveaways. You'll also gain access to our bi-weekly patron-only bonus cast called Gamers Week Uncut, Patrons with Benefits. Visit patreon.com/gamersweek or follow the link in the show notes to learn more. I think that was like all I had tonight. You can hear like getting worse and worse as I kept reading.
I am disappointed.
At?
Your reading of the J.G. Wentworth thing.
Yeah, there was no singing.
No.
You guys feel free to sing. You know I do not sing on the show.
877 cash now.
877 cash now. You have a structured settlement and you need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth. 877 cash now. See?
That was beautiful. Puzzle Bear says, oh gosh, she might die. Tell her story, you guys. Remember me after I'm gone.
Red Ox, how you doing tonight? All right, let's go ahead and jump into the headlines.
All right, this headline segment is proudly sponsored by Absolutely the Best Podcast, a work in progress. Each episode, George and Zach discuss and rank all the best things, starting with deep dives into every movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This week, they've got a trivia question for us. What are the name of the three protagonists the player can choose from in the Commodore 64 beat 'em up adaptation of a 1986 fantasy action movie where you fight through the streets of Chinatown, the sewers of San Francisco, an underground lair and marriage chamber to thwart the plans of the main protagonist who needs to marry two green-eyed antagonist who needs to marry two green-eyed women in order to become mortal again. That was a run-on sentence.
No.
It's grammatically correct.
Yeah.
It's just very long.
Visit them at absolutelythebest.net or follow the link in the show notes. So I know this movie. I have no idea what the protagonists are.
Mm-hmm.
I know the movie. I love this movie. I am today's years old learning that there's a Commodore 64 game about it.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
Correct.
If
I'm assuming Kurt Russell's character.
Jack Burton.
Okay, that's one of them.
His sidekick in the movie was Wang.
Okay.
Is that another one of them?
Well, you know Zach wants you to get the last name too.
Oh, I'm not. I don't know Wang. I don't remember Wang's last name.
Dismissive wanking gesture. Yeah, I will give you partial credit for Wang.
Okay.
So what's the third one?
Well, so what's Kim Cattrall's character? She ends up being one of the chicks that they have to rescue. So she would not be a protagonist. The only other person that I can think of would be Egg Shen. He's the older dude in the he's got the magical powers and everything like that, and they fight David Lopan, one of my favorite all-time movies. And I can't believe they have a game out. If the Commodore 64 has a game, why didn't Nintendo, why didn't Sega Genesis have a game of this?
I'm gonna look up to see if there's any other versions of this.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, is my final answer. He's already saying I got it, so
Yeah, you did. Egg
Okay.
Shen.
That's
Shen, Jack Burton, and Wang Chi
Wang Chi. I did not
are the 3
remember
characters.
Wang's last name, but I love that freaking
Mhm.
movie. Dux is saying that the C64 library is sort of like Rule 34. If you can imagine it, it exists.
I like that.
There's also one on the ZX Spectrum.
Really? So
Hmm.
would you guys say that the ZX Spectrum and the C64 were kind of similar to the NES?
Oh yeah.
So within
yeah,
reason,
yeah, within reason.
because you get a game like Maniac Mansion that was available for all of them. So that is amazing.
Ooh. Yeah, you fought before me is saying next Monday's stream.
Can we get a beat 'em up? Can we get a beat 'em up of Big Trouble in Little China, please?
That would be fantastic. I would love that.
Yeah.
Kidding. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this week's headlines. Gamescom Opening Night Live 2025 marks the start of the gaming convention in Cologne, and it's always packed full of announcements, trailers, and gameplay reveals. It's a lot to keep track of, so here are the highlights from the show. Capcom gave us a look at protagonist Grace Ashcroft's backstory in Resident Evil Requiem, one where a power outage sends her mother into a panic before a nice old man is suffocated with saran wrap. Mother and daughter have a touching moment before it seems like, well, Grace isn't going to need to buy Mother's Day cards anymore. February 2027 and the game's release can't come soon enough. Ghost of Yotei is out soon, but there's still time to stoke your anticipation for the Sucker Punch sequel with a look at the ridiculously good-looking landscapes and battlegrounds of Ghost of Yotei. Snow, meadows, fire, mists. It looks stunning, whatever the weather. It's also getting a free co-op DLC, Ghost of Yotei Legends, in 2026.
You mean really, really ridiculously good looking?
Extremely, ridiculously good looking.
Yes, thank you, Ryan. Project Spectrum is a new tactical shooter with a horror flavor. It's PvE and PvP with what seems to be the option to transform into a monster yourself. Players will explore a dark forest with monstrous anomalies with supernatural abilities, seeking violence by any means necessary. Make use of powerful weapons to dispatch enemies and become the hunter or hunted in Project Spectrum, coming soon. Devolver Digital gave us a look at the Woolhaven DLC reveal trailer for Cult of the Lamb, the hit base building action roguelike developed by Massive Monster. Players will access brand new content with new areas to explore, enemies to dispatch, and more. The Woolhaven DLC for Cult of the Lamb is launching in early 2026.
Blizzard's Holly Longdale introduced the premiere of World of Warcraft Midnight, the new expansion pack's opening cinematic. Blood elves with intimidating eyebrows, fight to
Like,
protect the Sunwell from an encroaching darkness and shadowy enemies. We saw the announcement trailer for Age of Empires 4, the hit base building strategy game developed by World's Edge, Relic Entertainment, Forgotten Empires, and Climax Studios. Players will take the epic historic battles and strategy to the test with a new platform as Age of Empires 4 launches on PlayStation 5 on November 4th.
Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault. Sorry. I blanked out. Where am I? Oh. The global economy is set to rebound for... What? Where am I? Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault got a new trailer and an early access release date announcement. Sharpen your blades, ready your wares, and prepare to step into a whole new world of mystery, commerce, and danger when Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault launches into early access on PC on October 23rd, 2025. We saw new footage from Ninja Gaiden 4, the latest installment in the hack-and-slash action-adventure series developed by Platinum Games, Team Ninja, and Koei Tecmo Games. Players will slice and dice, just like old times, but with a new modern twist that sets out to push the bounds of real-time adrenaline-filled combat. Ninja Gaiden 4 is launching on October 21st for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox Cloud, Xbox on PC, and Steam.
We also got a new Silent Hill F action and the reveal of the English language version voice actress Susie Young, who also voiced Yuffie or Yuffie, whatever, I don't care, in the Final Fantasy VII remake. The new footage suggests Silent Hill F is sticking to its spooky and twisted roots with crackling radio audio, disturbing monster design, and a doppelganger asking us to die. We got a first ever look at Death by Scrolling, the new game from Ron Gilbert, he of the Monkey Island and Maniac Mansion fame, where the aim is to survive purgatory long enough to amass enough gold to pay the ferryman to get you out of there. Gilbert has been blogging about development for a while, but this was our first chance to really see it in action.
Atari has reincarnated Bubsy for Bubsy 4D, an update to the old school platforming series. There's no release date yet, but it's coming to Nintendo Switch 2, PS5, Xbox X and S, and PC. We got a brand new look at Absalom with a never before seen trailer. Absalom is a new roguelike beat 'em up by Dotemu, a studio usually known for updating classic games with tender loving care. Release date October 9th.
Okay, so the print says Aboslum first and then Absalom second in the show notes.
Yeah, that was a copy paste issue.
Ah, okay. Aboslum. I like Aboslum. I like that better.
We're going to go with Abbaslum.
Aboslum. Another treat for you elder millennials. Limited Run Games is giving who the hell said elder millennials? Limited Run Games is giving some modern day love to your old cartoon hero He-Man with He-Man and Masters of the Universe Dragon Pearl of Destruction. It's a beat 'em up action that puts the power in your hands with arcade controls. Coming soon. No, not elder. You can shut your mouth with that. That's Gen X all the way. Elder. Give me a break.
I will fully admit that I'm going to say that you're correct.
Yes.
I would consider myself an elder millennial, and I didn't watch a lot of He-Man growing up.
Hey, I'm 6 months, or sorry, 6 weeks past the cutoff for Gen X. I am as elder millennial as they get. And I will claim ownership of He-Man.
Fine.
I don't care for that. See, British accents and a compelling shot of a dashboard that seems to control a very, very big defense cannon. PVKK is out in summer 2026. Its full name, and no, this is not a typo caused by a seizure at the keyboard, is PVKK Planetenverteidigungskanonen Kommandant. Planetenverteidigungskanonen Kommandant.
That's our new safe word.
Yeah.
Approved.
Snarf. Think papers, please. Oh, sorry. Think papers, please, but protecting your allies from interplanetary invasion by twiddling knob from a bunker.
Cast and crew from the Fallout TV show took to the stage to let us know season 2 has just wrapped, to share the Vegas location, and to drop an irradiated teaser trailer. Also confirmed is season 2's release date of December 17, 2025, with new episodes dropping weekly on Prime Video. It might be crumbs, but fans will take any news of a release date now, and Team Cherry apparently empowered Jeff Keighley to promise that the game will be out this year. We'll likely learn more at the Hollow Knight Silksong special announcement event tomorrow.
So by the time you're hearing this...
Yeah, by the time you're hearing this, we'll already know what's going on. But as of recording on Wednesday, tomorrow, Thursday, is a very big day.
And finally, the big finish of Gamescom Opening Night Live was a sequel for game science black myth Zhang Kui. Zhang Kui is a figure from Chinese mythology who fights evil beings and can command, checks notes, 80,000 demons. It looks like black myth Zhang Kui. He also has a massive frickin' tiger, which were obvious frickin' laser beams on their head, which we're obviously an immediate fan of. It sounds like it's a very early development, so there's no release date just yet.
So that was just the release night.
The opening night.
Yeah,
live.
the opening night.
Yeah. It was 2 hours straight of trailers and other such stuff.
Right.
What did you guys think?
I mean, I know you had a good time.
I had a good time. Did you not have a good time?
I mean, there was nothing specifically that was something where I was going, "Oh my god, I got to get this." You know, there was definitely things that I found intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
There was things I could not care about, like Call of Duty Black Ops 7. In fact, I didn't get to watch it live, so as soon as Call of Duty Black Ops 7 came, I went fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast
Yeah.
forward.
Did you?
And which is funny because I saw an article earlier today that the like versus like the thumbs up versus thumbs down ratio on YouTube for that Call of Duty 7 trailer is like 1 to 3.
Wow.
So people are hating it for whatever reason, and most of the comments are saying, "Well, this just makes me want to buy Battlefield
Right.
6."
Like this just made me go and pre-order Battlefield 6.
So as a neutral observer, the trailer for Black Ops 7 looked the same as every other Call of Duty trailer, so I'm
Yep.
not sure why people are hating on this one so specifically, unless it's simply because now there exists an alternative so that people don't have to eat this up the way they normally
Right.
would.
Continue to eat it.
Right.
And the thing about Call of Duty is, back in the day, and I say back in the day, like 20 years ago, when the iterations of Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, then Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, then 3, though you actually, there was a progression. There was a progression in graphics. There was a progression in things available in the game that you could do. Now it just all seems it's the same. It's all the same thing. So I haven't paid for a particular single player campaign of Call of Duty in I don't know how long. All I've done is played Warzone, and that was it. Ever since Warzone came out in 2020, that's all I did. I bought Warzone. I didn't go and buy the other new Black Ops 5, Black Ops 6, whatever, any of that. I just strictly stuck to Warzone. So
And now you're not even doing that.
I'm not even playing Warzone.
Allegedly.
I have not touched Warzone in probably about 3
Allegedly.
weeks.
I saw Dux was on today.
Yeah, Discord said that you were on there today.
I was not. No.
They must have just been using your Discord then.
Yeah, they get in my Discord to play Call of Duty. I have not played.
Suspicious.
Yeah, very.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Anyways, Ryan, was there anything that you were even a little interested in?
I could give the funny answer and say Bubsy 4D, but that's the exact opposite.
The chat is super hyped for Bubsy 4D,
So
which is funny because like the pre-show is just like the guy said, "Hey, here's the pre-show. Here's the first trailer. It's Bubsy 4D." I was like, "There's not even foreplay. They're just going straight into Bubsy 4D."
Somehow I feel like that's a metaphor for Bubsy that there's no
No,
foreplay.
but straight into it.
It's gonna be a meme game, right? People are gonna buy it to stream it on Twitch for a week, and then everybody will forget about it. And so, unless I'm missing something, and that this game turns out to be amazing, and all of a sudden it's got this like really in-depth story that, it's like a M. Night Shyamalan twist, and all of a sudden it's something crazy and cool. Highly doubt it. I think it's just a cash grab, a means for Atari to go, hey, give us some more money while you try to be the funny guy on the block and play Bubsy 4D.
Oh, Ducks in Disguise says, "Funny, is Bubsy a joke to you, sir? Some sort of clown?"
The plot twist will be at the end of the game. It's Jeff Keighley waking up, and he's like, "Whoa, that was some really weird dream."
That would actually be funny.
Yeah. As long as Chris Pratt doesn't voice him, says Red Hawks.
But as far as like actual games that I was truly interested in, I thought Ghosts of what was it? Ghosts of
Yote.
Yote. That looked fantastic. Oh my god, gorgeous. And from what I liked about it too is that, and I mean, I haven't really gotten that far in Ghost of Tsushima, so I don't know if this was the case, but it looks like they were using a lot more samurai weapons. So there was like the Yuri and the sickle and chain, and there were a few different other things that I thought were added to the mix that looked really, really cool. So that's like I'm gonna buy, I think, probably as soon as it's available.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I will say, Opening Night Live suffered from the same problem that a lot of these showcases suffer from, in that they go on so long that all the trailers kind of run together. And
Right.
at the end, you can barely remember what it is that you've seen. And so the only things that really stick out to you are like the huge titles or the things that you were like super, super excited about. So for this one, the biggest impacts I felt like came from the games that we already knew were coming. So you have like Resident Evil Requiem. They gave us a bit of backstory on Grace Ashcroft, which honestly I didn't really care about. You knew already that her mother had died. That was in the reveal trailer. I don't really care how. We get it. You're traumatized. Whatever. I would have much rather seen some actual gameplay versus
Right.
this kind of cinematic showing what the actual backstory was. To me, that didn't make any difference in my interest in the game. I still want to play it though. I still want to learn more about it, but I felt like this was a really weak way to demonstrate the potential of the game. Like you said, Ghost of Yote, we knew was coming. We've already seen gameplay. We've already
Mhm.
seen multiple trailers. This was just kind of a slightly different look at what we already knew was coming.
Right.
But you're right, it still looks gorgeous. It appears to have much more variety as far as weapons are concerned versus the first game. I have already pre-ordered this like 2 months ago, so I cannot wait for October when this comes out. Um, the DLC for Cult of the Lamb. Super excited for that. Of course, I love this game. They've had a couple DLC, so wasn't super surprised to see another one being announced, but pleasantly looking forward to it. Happy to see it. Moonlighter 2 knew was coming out. This trailer looked a lot like the same stuff I think we already saw at Summer Game Fest. But I loved Moonlighter 1. So, again, even though we already knew it was coming, really looking forward to it. Ninja Gaiden 4 knew it was coming out. Don't care. Still looks fun. Um, Death by Scrolling was one that I hadn't really heard much about before. And then watching this, I'm like, oh, yeah, this looks like the kind of stuff that it would keep me up till 4 a.m. and I would go, whoops, I can't believe how late it is. I love games like that. And that looks like exactly my brand of crack. The He-Man beat 'em up, I thought was brand new. Like we hadn't heard any whispers of it before. I could be wrong. Um, but I feel like that's an IP that could break through the oversaturated beat 'em up market right now and get an awful lot of attention that people will really love it. And of course, we have the tiny little teaser of Silk Song, which they got over with at the very beginning. So it was kind of nice because then I could like relax the rest of the time. Um, but yeah, again, still just super hyped to see what tomorrow is going to bring.
So you feel that the beat 'em up genre right now is saturated?
Mm. You
Okay.
yourself said as much last week with Raw Boom, the cheerleader beat him up.
Yeah, I saw that one, but I don't necessarily know if it's saturated. I said that I'd like to see them have beat 'em ups of more like IPs that we know and love. We'll have to go and check the tape again, but
Mm-hmm.
like if I had to choose between rah rah whatever and this, I'm picking this hands down every day and twice on Sunday because it's an IP that I've grown up with. I loved as a kid. I still love. I collect all the damn toys for this line. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
I
one's a
don't
good
know who wouldn't choose this all day
right.
and twice on Sunday
Mhm.
over He-Man, but
You
I
mean
suppose those people are out there.
choosing this over rah rah boo?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Is that a work call?
Apparently it is. We're just going to ignore that.
Yeah, there we go.
They can fuck right off. I am clocked out.
They're watching the show. They heard you at the beginning.
Right.
So Silent Hill F. I know that we've seen a few trailers for that from before. Uh, but I'm still interested in this one. Love the fact that they revealed what it's going to sound like to an English speaking audience. So that was really really cool. I think that is it was a nice way to kind of flow into it because if it was all in Japanese and it was subtitles, I think it would go nuts trying to play a horror game and read at the same time. So thank you
Yeah.
for not doing subtitles. So that one, I think that it's interesting right now. We're getting like a Resident Evil and a Silent Hill game come all at the same time. Like, what year is it? Kind of feeling, a little
It's
bit,
1997.
right?
Oh, please. Yes, please.
Take me back. But yeah, I think Silent Hill F is going to be one of those games that if it plays well and if it's done well, it's going to do great. So looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still not. I know I'm in the minority, but I'm still not 1,000% convinced about Silent Hill F.
No?
It just feels like it should be a horror game and not a Silent Hill game. And again, the whole like teenage girl protagonists are not. It's not reaching me. Like I really don't care just from watching the trailers if they live or die. So
Right.
this is not touching me in my horror zones, and I don't. I'm not.
See
I'm not on
Ryan's
board with
face.
this.
He went, huh?
Just a little mispronunciation
Yeah.
of that changes the whole thing.
Hey, Coffee. No, you did not miss the bloodbath. She did not kill me.
No, later though.
What? So I, unlike Ryan, I saw several different things that I would like to run out and buy. First and foremost, obviously, is for me, curveball, He-Man. The Masters of the Universe Dragon Pearl of Destruction. I'm a big beat 'em up fan, and when they come out with a beat 'em up that involves an IP that I love, if this were a Thundercats beat 'em up, if this were G.I. Joe beat 'em up, which I think they are coming out with some of those, I'm going to be buying these damn things. I would love to see if they could put this game on the Super Nintendo.
I'm holding out for my Care Bears beat 'em up
Or Rainbow Bright.
or Strawberry Shortcake.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Strawberry
Yeah.
shortcake beat 'em up.
Yeah, they got the Pie Man. If I like,
The Peculiar Purple Pie Man, a Porcupine Peak. Yeah.
sure. Wow, that
Oh,
was.
it needs to be like super gory though.
It'll look like blood, but it's actually berry juice.
There you go, lumpy. So, Agent Nil says there was a GI Joe beat 'em up and it was really bad. Okay, I don't want to hear that, but I
reject your reality and substitute my own.
Exactly. I am all for this He-Man Masters of the Universe beat 'em up. Like I said, I love it. I would love to see if they start making some games like this that don't necessarily need that 120 frames per second, 4K, 8K. Just put it on the Super Nintendo. Why not get a company to manufacture games for the Super Nintendo and have the old school boxes, the old school documentation, and the games? I would love to see that. So I'm hyped for Masters of the Universe. Yes?
Yeah, but then limited run would sell it.
No,
And
screw limited run. If you're putting it out on the Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis, you don't need limited run to do it.
no, but that's who will do it.
I don't like that. Again, I'm rejecting your reality and substituting it with my own. Ninja Gaiden 4. Sorry.
You said it right the first time.
Yeah, I know.
To be fair, the announcer, the official opening night live host said Gaiden.
Shocks is her name?
No, the guy with the glasses in the pre-show, he said Gaiden.
Yeah, and I won't be the same. I'm not doing any further business with limited run, especially after the whole debacle with the D game that they had for the 3DO that they put out on CDRs that won't even play on the system. And they're like, "Oh, well, people are collecting these, so yeah, we didn't figure people would actually open this stuff up." So they got caught. I can't do business with a company like that that's dishonest. So no matter what they put out, I will not be a patron of limited run games. Ninja Gaiden 4, I'm not too excited to see this one. I'm more excited to see the side scroller Ninja Gaiden that's coming out. Actually, it's already out, but I think it comes out physically in September. I can't decide if I'm going to buy it now digitally or buy it physically. And Blue, that's Team Cherry calling. You should probably pick it up.
Team Cherry has ghosted me for 6 years. It would be funny if they were suddenly calling right now.
On your work phone as well.
Right. I apologize, everyone.
Death by Scrolling, I loved Maniac Mansion. I like the idea of Monkey Island. I really do. I love those types of games, the point and click games. It's just, like I said, I've always felt stupid whenever I play those games because it seems like it's obvious to some people, but it's not obvious to me what some of these puzzle answers are. But when I look at the game, it doesn't look anything like a point and click. It's
not.
No, it's not.
It's an endless scroller.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. That's
I've
vastly
already
different.
got anxiety.
It's not Ron Gilbert's fault that you guys can't handle an endless scroller without getting an ulcer. I think it looks awesome.
I didn't say it didn't look awesome. I'm just saying it's different than what I'm used to from Ron Gilbert and his games. So this is, it has what elements of Vampire Survivors or Vampire Saviors?
No.
Like ski free.
Yeah. That.
Just the wrong direction.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks interesting, but it's just not what I expected from this particular developer. So I'm willing to give it a try because it comes from that great mind. I just don't know if I will stay with it. If it's like something that'll keep me going and coming back for more. Project Spectrum looks dark. Yes, it's a first-person shooter, but it's not that multiplayer where you're in a map and yada yada yada. It's a first-person shooter game. This is like BioShock-esque. And so the scary elements, the first-person viewpoint, horror aspect, I'm all for. I love first-person horror games. So this is right up my alley, and I'm waiting to play that. I can't wait. The other game, which is kind of off the beaten path, is Planeten Verteidigungsgenannten Kommandant.
If you can't pronounce it, you can't play it. Those are the rules.
Just pronounced it. It may not be fluid, but I pronounced it. It looks weird. It looks like it might be a mix of not necessarily full motion video, but kind of along the lines of Still Wakes the Deep. So I definitely like that. I like that game. Still Wakes the Deep, BioShock, first person, doing thing. I don't know. Doing things.
I like games where we do things.
Yeah, man, I like doing things, pushing buttons and opening doors and gathering inventory. So I want to give this game a chance to see more gameplay. I think I could be down for this one.
Nice. Yeah, so overall, I think this was it was not a bad opening night live, but I do not think it swung for the fences either. I think it had a lot of stuff, like I said already, that we already knew was coming.
Right.
It was a lot of more of the same. I think there were a lot of games, though, that got lost in the middle that are probably well worth paying attention to, but they just got overshadowed by the sheer length of this thing and the number of announcements. So we'll keep our eyes open, of course, for those. But yeah, I think we all found at least one or two things that we're looking forward to.
You heard it here, folks. Blue says length is not always a good thing.
Context is important.
So you fall before me. D says it honestly could have been an email or just a bunch of tweets. And Games with Coffee says a YouTube short. Yeah, probably.
You guys, if we take 2 minutes, I need to get some Kleenex.
No, go right ahead.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right, she'll be right back, folks.
Are we going to be right back too?
No, we can still sit and talk.
I was going to go pee.
You can go pee. Go right ahead. Be right back. Hey, it's just us. It's you guys and me. Is there anything that you want to say to me particularly right now? Tell me your innermost thoughts, your feelings. Do you love me? Do you hate me? Do you want to hold me? Do you want to go on a trip together? Cyram says, have a good tinkle. See you next sprinkle. Finally, we are alone, Zach. We are alone. So I get the hankering to shave all of this shit off every once in a while. And I almost did it tonight, but I think the next time that I do it, I'm keeping the stash. My stash, I can twist a little bit. So little cut here, shave everything else off. Keep the stash. What do you think? I think we're alone now. No, Satisfaction, no. But I've tried a stash before, and this is where the old cousin Lawrence comes in. You know, like the Southern Alabama thing. There you go, man. Hey, I think I could rep it very well. My wife hates it whenever I do a mustache, so I think I might do it again. What are you playing right now? Right now I picked Magic: The Gathering Arena back up. That's a game I have a love-hate relationship with. I've been playing it ever since beta back in '93, and I absolutely love deck building. So getting all the cards and, you know, trying to see what works, the symmetries and all that stuff and synergies. I love doing that with Magic: The Gathering cards. And of course, Street Fighter 6. Whenever I have time to sit down and play with that and practice, I did purchase Sagat as a fighter. I've been practicing with him, but the amount of time it's going to take for me to be, I guess, good and get into ranked matches, with all of the different inputs that you have to do, like it's one right after the other for all of these different combos to work. And it's just not what I'm familiar with from a typical Street Fighter game.
Is Games with Coffee talking about your hair?
What about my hair?
Just got to grow it out a bit, add some wax, grab a beret, and voila, Cousin Philippe from Montreal.
Yeah, Cousin Philippe. He's got that point, huh? I was telling the chat how every once in a while I get this hankering to shave off the facial hair.
True.
And it almost happened today.
When we first jumped on the stream, Donnie was wearing his Cobra Commander helmet, which is usually a sign that he has had a beard accident.
Like I accidentally set the guard too low or whatever and went like, oh, okay.
Yep.
But
I'm glad I'm not the only asshole who does that.
why does that make you an asshole?
It doesn't.
Makes you an asshole. It does.
It does.
Like you're gonna tell me that I fall in line with the same people that hit kids, like because I'm an asshole because I accidentally set the guard too low on my beard trimmer?
There are many flavors of asshole. Now having said that out loud.
Yeah.
Not all of them are good.
Oh my god!
Phrasing ducks in disguise.
Well, I know what
This is why you turn into the live show. You can't make this shit up.
Puzzle also says, do you also get a hankering to tie a girl to a train track? If not, then that's okay. A train track with a top hat and a cape? Yes, absolutely. But no, next time I do that, if I do get that hankering, I'm definitely keeping the mustache. I'm keeping the stash, you know, being able to twist this stuff out and put some wax in it and all that stuff. I think I'm going to do that.
Work on your eyebrows too, so you can be like the World of Warcraft trailer with the eyebrows way out.
No, I already trimmed my eyebrows. There's no way. Nobody wants that. I
just figured that men, as they get older, might be able to actually like pull that off.
Yeah, you ever seen Brooks from Shawshank Redemption and his eyebrows?
Mm-hmm.
That's nobody wants. That's like a furry caterpillar living up there. Nobody wants that. Rambowski says, live show is the best. You're damn right.
Yeah, that's probably going to
Damn
be
right,
the
man.
stinger for the episode, everyone. So you can just listen all the way through.
All right, next
James
up.
Coffee says, I was going to make a joke about a colander and a salad, but I had to toss it.
Hi-yo! Animal rights organization Peta has urged Nintendo to redesign the popular cow character in Mario Kart World. Ever since it first became known that the latest Mario Kart entry would feature a cow from Moo Moo Meadows as a playable racer, she's become one of the most popular characters in the game. Now PETA, which is no stranger to campaigning against Nintendo games, has urged the company to redesign Cow and remove her nose ring. The group argues that the nose ring is a sign of cruelty, saying the meat and dairy industries use them to control and exploit animals. When one ex-user suggested PETA should pick its battles, the group's official account replied that video games can shape how people see animals, so showing them respect matters both online and in real life. PETA has been using Nintendo in its campaigns for nearly 2 decades, with campaigns ranging from lighthearted to extremely graphic. In 2007, it campaigned against Kentucky Fried Chicken by releasing Super Chick Sisters, a flash game parody of New Super Mario Bros., where players control a pair of small chicks who have to rescue PETA campaigner Pamela Anderson from an evil Colonel Sanders. Huh. Okay, it does not compute. This was followed by a sequel in which Anderson was kidnapped by Ronald McDonald. Turning its attention to Nintendo itself, PETA responded to the return of the Tanuki suit in Super Mario 3D Land with a new PETA game called Mario Kills Tanuki, which featured a graphic image of Mario wearing a suit covered in blood and holding a raccoon's decapitated head. That's so metal.
Subtle.
It also released Pokemon Black and Blue, an attempt to criticize Pokemon for being what it equated to a cockfighting simulator, which had Pikachu being battered senseless by a blood-covered baseball bat. I'd play that game.
Allen's Glitches says, PETA does what Nintendo needs to respect my milky moo-moos. Hear that, everyone? Always respect the milky moo-moos.
And the udders.
So we've been doing the show nearly 4 years. I think this is maybe the third time PETA has come up in the news for going head to head with Nintendo specifically for their characters' designs or whatever. But I was actually today years old when I realized that Pamela Anderson, you had to rescue Pamela Anderson in some Flash games.
Right.
And I feel like that's far more interesting than any of their arguments against Pokemon or the cow having a ring in her nose for Mario Kart World. I think we might need to see if these games are still available online. And maybe we should stream them.
I don't see why not.
Evil Colonel Sanders. Makes sense because he's part of the Pentabarinth.
Yeah.
Right?
Who are the other members?
The Queen. The Gettys.
The Rothschilds.
I understood that reference.
That's 2 for 2. That's awesome. I really don't get this. Really, you're making just because the cow has a nose ring.
So I didn't know that was a cruelty thing. Is that like branding the cow, but they gave it a ring instead? Like I don't know where that whole thing comes from.
I mean, they put a nose ring around the cow, and it's a way to control animals by controlling the most sensitive part of their bodies, which is usually their face. So you think about horses, you've got the halter that goes around the mouth, and then you can control this animal that is 1,000 times stronger than you by guiding the most sensitive part of the face. You can do it with dogs that you have difficulty walking. You can get it's called a gentle leader, but it goes around their nose. And so it's the same principle, but I guess because it's a piercing, PETA is taking exception to it versus a halter or something like a halter or a gentle leader.
So were they throwing a stink with the same cows whenever Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out?
There's no cow in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
In Moo Moo Meadows, there are cows.
Yeah.
You're just not playing as them.
I don't think they have rings, though.
We'll have to check. If somebody can, let me do a quick Google search.
I mean, if anything, you'd think they would throw a far bigger stink by the fact that you can just run them over
right,
haphazardly.
right.
Ducks in Disguise says it signifies that the cow is into no effects and doesn't conform to your rules, man.
I love it.
Rock.
I love it.
So, yes, they do.
Fat
So
Mike approves.
even in one of the screenshots, the cows in Moo Moo Meadows have the nose rings. So again,
Okay.
did they make the same stink whenever this game came out, or even whenever Moo Moo Meadows was on Wii?
So, whoever they're paying to do this, to like actively research Nintendo games and come up with time wasting campaigns, I guess they were furloughed maybe during Mario Kart 8 because they seem to be slacking, but whatever, we have it now.
If
Yeah.
PETA has like a gameplay tester to try to find stuff in games, I will volunteer for that if the pay is good enough.
Really?
I mean, I don't care what they do with it, you know? I just get to play free Nintendo games all the time.
Actually, I think it would be more interesting to be a PETA game developer, because then you can do like Evil Colonel Sanders and Rescue Pamela Anderson.
But I doubt that they at PETA they have like a wing of game developers, right? This is all being like, you know, housed out to a third party, right?
Maybe you could pitch it to PETA to bring it in house so they could really have control of the messaging.
I will play video games all day, every day, to find out what you guys want to bitch about.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Dream job.
Yep. UFO before me says, join the movement. Exit stage left.
You know what the best part is too? You could play those video games. You could play it all day long, right? And then all you'd have to do is at the end of the day go, ChatGPT, what would PETA find offensive about the game I just played? Win.
It's foolproof.
Right?
I don't.
That's working smarter, not harder.
Smart.
Right.
I don't see a problem with this. I don't see a problem with the fact that Mario wears a raccoon suit or he gets into a frog suit to play in a water level. I think this is just an asinine fight by PETA. It makes no sense. Focus on the real damage that's being done in the real world by companies, testing on animals and people wearing fur and stuff like that. That I think is more of where your focus should be, and not on something that's fucking make-believe.
Yeah.
I think one of the things is that PETA does this as a means for engagement. I mean, I would highly doubt that they really care that much about what Nintendo's doing, but they know that people like us are going to talk about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So it gets eyes on what they do. But the problem with that is that I think because they've gone so extreme with a lot of those things, I think it takes away from the message, because I think people are put off by it. And so there's a very thin line between engagement baiting and creating a whole entire situation in which is going to undermine your message completely.
Baiting.
Go away, Peyton.
Yep. Yeah, no, I think you're 100% right in that. I think PETA has probably for a decade misread what the average person cares about as far as their messaging is concerned, and they spend far too much time hammering on issues like this that makes the average person kind of roll their eyes and doesn't actually further their cause whatsoever. So I think they could use some reevaluation of their goals and their methodology, because even like you said, if it's engagement baiting, it's working against them at this point,
at this juncture.
Yeah, to make so much noise over what is literally harmless fun.
And for me, at least, I if you think about the core message of PETA, I'm an animal lover as well. So I'm not terribly opposed to what they're fighting for. But when they pull stunts like this, you're right, because it's harmless fun. It just it just undercuts, right? It
Mm-hmm.
makes it seem like it's a joke.
Right. Right. And so when they try to reach out to people about something that actually matters,
Right.
you already have this preconceived notion in your idea that PETA is 90% nonsense. And
Hmm.
it hurts what they're actually trying to accomplish.
Hmm.
I would agree.
But I don't work in their marketing department, so
Maybe we should. I have, upon occasion, seen job listings like on Indeed for PETA, and each time kind of gone, ha ha ha, no, and like skipped past it. But maybe.
at one point when I was 8 months without a job, there were certain companies out there that did not align with my values and ideas, and
Hmm.
I submitted an application anyway, just like get a job, and then like
Right.
delete everything on social media and just be like, yeah, go rah,
Like Ducks in Disguise says, that kind of rage bait content will very quickly take all legitimacy from an organization. Who's going to donate to the joke?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, just 1 second. Okay. Next up, David Hayter.
No, I'm serious.
David Hayter, who for many years gave Snake his signature gruff voice, has finally forgiven series creator Hideo Kojima for not casting him in 2015's Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain after playing the amazing game. At the time, he was jettisoned for Hollywood. At the time he was jettisoned for Hollywood movie star Kiefer Sutherland. Hayter admitted that playing the game at the time would have felt like 60 hours of humiliation, adding, "I've got no particular love for Kojima. I don't feel any need to go back and work with him again." Now, with more distance, Hayter told PC Gamer, "Well, there was reluctance. I didn't want to play the game because I figured it would hurt my feelings. Then, 10 years went by and I was like, to hell with my feelings. What do I care? I'm a screenwriter, so I get fired for a living. Like, I literally eventually got fired from every single gig that I've got, and I'm not a child. I was like, stop being a baby and play the game." So I played it. It's amazing. Hayter has also forgiven Sutherland too. After bumping into him at a bar in Dallas, Hayter and Sutherland had a bunch of drinks. "He's a great guy, No ill will. All is forgiven," Hayter said.
I would love an excuse to bump into Kiefer Sutherland and
Right?
him being like, hey, we should get a drink together.
My one of my little sisters, that's my favorite story that she tells is at one point she
This is Snake.
met
Hmm?
sorry, I lost my train of thought. So she met Kiefer Sutherland outside of a bar in LA.
Okay.
And she said he was the nicest guy. And she said she was telling him how all of us the girls had the biggest crush on Kiefer Sutherland when we were kids because of the Disney movie Three Musketeers.
You mean Lost
And he
Boys,
was
right?
no. And at that point he was so used to hearing about 24 and all that kind of stuff. So
Oh, yeah.
to mention something like Disney's Three Musketeers, he was like, "Oh, bless your heart." And
What are you
she said
talking
it was
about?
just so nice. So I love hearing stories like this.
I've
So
never heard you so
I gotta
excited.
give credit here to David. Plenty of people out there hold grudges for far too long. And I totally get why he wouldn't want to play it at first. Like that would
Hmm.
be, salt in an open wound for sure. But having
Bastards.
the maturity to go, you know what? Let's give it a shot. I might like it, and then ends up falling in love with it. And being willing to let yourself fall in love with it too, I think is a huge step. So,
Of course.
you know, that's awesome.
Do you still hate me?
Kojima's weird, so I guess maybe if you didn't like him, not surprising though on that one. But it's
I'll
from what I
call if I'm
understood
feeling
though,
lonely.
wasn't he pretty vocal when it first happened though?
As I understand, I think the feud was fairly public.
Yeah.
And I don't
So
remember why he decided to go with somebody else.
Because Kiefer Sutherland is far more famous.
Yeah, but you take somebody who's been the voice of an iconic character for so long,
Mhm.
and you change that up, you switch it out. That doesn't. It's like, why? David Hayter's
Because-
famous because of that.
Yeah, but then you can appeal to non-Metal Gear fans by saying, "Look, it's Kiefer Sutherland,
That's true.
not just
Yeah.
some David Hayter." That
Is
you've
there
never
still
heard
something you're
because you
hiding
don't
from me?
actually play video games.
Can we just point out though that he has one of the coolest names of all time?
Kiefer?
David
Yeah.
Hayter.
Oh. Who?
What?
Kiefer Sutherland or David Hayter?
Well, Kiefer Sutherland does too, but David Hayter. I mean, there's so many things. you
Hate,
can
hate,
do
hate,
with David
hate,
Hayter.
hate, 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 hate,
Yeah.
hate, hate.
Yep.
So
Stop
I'm
being a hater. I can't.
yeah, it's literally my name.
Mhm.
I don't know if you remember when we were doing the whole VIPs, and I did a thing with Metal Gear Solid and
Oh,
all
we
that.
remember.
So I'm so glad that this article came up because I've been doing Metal Gear Solid quotes in the chat, or you can't hear them, but if you go back and watch the VOD or the episode that we will export to YouTube, you will definitely get to hear it and everything like that. And I'm so glad that this came
I'm so glad that the viewers get to hear something that me and Blue don't.
Yeah.
So we have no
Right.
idea what you're doing.
We're completely clueless about what you're playing.
It's not a
Looks like
hard
we
time.
fine.
both have a lot to learn about each other.
Can you add into that mix? There are different flavors of assholes.
We're gonna keep that and make it a new VOD.
Woo! All right, let's go ahead and move on to our top 3 new releases.
All right, first up, Stick It to the Stickman out on PC. From Devolver Digital, Stick It to the Stickman is a physics-based brawler where you fight heaps of red stickmen to become the boss. Punch, kick, slice, dice, burn, blast, staple gun, fireball, jackhammering, chainsaw your way up the corporate ladder solo or with a friend in a truly hostile work environment. And remember, every red stickman you defeat is one red stickman closer to a promotion. Next up is Hurdling, out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC. Hurdling is a brand new adventure from Okomotive, creators of the atmospheric and acclaimed Far Games, and Panic, publishers of Firewatch. Head out on a grand alpine expedition with a herd of lovable beasts as you ascend a mountain path, encounter eerie dangers and surprising obstacles, and forge your way to the mystery at the summit. And finally, Shantae Advance Risky Revolution, out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Shantae is back in an adventure 20 years in the making. Hair whip and belly dance your way through scrambled lands, misplaced towns, monster filled crypts, and daunting labyrinths. 6 creature transformations, fierce boss battles, and a 4-player versus mode await. So, out of these 3 choices, what are you in for, Ryan?
So Shantae, I've never played a Shantae game. So if I'm going to, that would be one I think I would rather pick up. Like what? I think it's Game Boy Color is the first one that had a Shantae game.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'd love to start there. So probably won't be jumping into that one. I've heard good things though. People seem to be fanatical about Shantae.
Mm-hmm.
So probably not for me on that one. Hurting, cool. Not exactly my cup of tea, but to each their own. Which brings me to Stickman. I need a game that's simple every once in a while to get addicted to. This one looks like it's one of those games you could get addicted to. I mean, you think about like the Super Meat Boy back in the day, right? And like Geometry Dash, like games that just do not require a whole lot of thinking. Often it's like reaction based, right? Utilizing physics and that kind of stuff. Just having fun with it and challenging yourself without having to invest a lot of time into it. Something you can pick up and go. So Stick It to the Stick Man sounds like something that I need right now in my life. So The only thing it sucks is it's on PC. I would love to play it on like a PlayStation or a Switch or something like that. So, fingers crossed that it eventually makes it there, but who knows? But yeah, I think I'll go with Stick It to the Stick Man.
Stick man.
All right. Games with Coffee says, I have a massive, massive crush on Shantae.
There it is.
Aw.
What about you, Tony?
So you don't have to think in a physics-based game? It's weird. Just
Maybe you do.
You're gonna lick my balls. So hurdling, it looks cute. It looks like it might be a indie game of the year candidate.
Yep.
Just by the video that I'm seeing, I don't know if it has enough content to keep me engaged. So probably not going to pick up hurdling. Which leaves me as a toss-up between Stick It to the Stickman and Shantae Advance. I've never played a Shantae game, but it's a side-scroller platformer. So I like those. I just don't know the characters, don't know the content. Again, don't know if it's something I can get invested in. Stick It to the Stickman, like you said, it's simple. It's easy. You're going after the red stickman. It's something you could probably pick up and just like, I don't want to get too heavily invested in something like Elden Ring because it's going to take like, let me just pick this up and play a few levels. I think that's perfect. So for me this week, it's probably a coin flip between Stick It to the Stickman and Shantae Advance.
I think this is one of those games too that you're like, I got an hour between now and my next meeting.
Or
Stickman it is.
Yeah. I don't have to be on camera, so let me just go mute. Turn off my camera and
What do you think, Daddy? Yep.
Yes.
I completely agree.
All good things. Oh, so we can fire you? What? No.
Come on now. We all know you're on Pornhub when that happens.
Why? If my boss
had-
is listening, why would you even put that out there?
Is it untrue?
Yes.
Yeah, because he doesn't use Pornhub. We know what site he uses.
Hi-yo.
All right, fair.
Gotcha. All right, Blue. What are you picking this week?
So I agree. Stick It to the Stickman looks super fun. Devolver Digital puts out really unique original titles, and I am all for this. As a physics-based beat 'em up looks really, really fun. Hurdling is one of those games that I'm concerned is going to be sad, and I can't.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it if it's sad. You're guiding these like furry, lovable looking giant beasts to the top of a mountain. And if something were to happen to them, I cannot handle it. Like literally, I cannot handle it. So I am not emotionally prepared for hurdling. And I will be skipping that. Shantae, I have played one Shantae game, and honestly, I don't remember which one. It was fun, but it was not ever the kind of game where I was like, I must play more Shantae. So I'm sure there is far more in the Shantae library to explore for me, and I am interested in that. But my pick for the week is Stick It to the Stickman.
Very nice.
All right.
Queen Sweep, I believe.
A queen sweep.
Queen Sleep.
Did you say queen?
Queen Sleep.
I guess
It's-
it was a
it's-
whittle noisy.
Is
A-
jokes.
a whittle?
Queen Sleep. Yep.
All right, I'm taking you down to the precinct. Breath, blood, or urine? No thanks, I'm full.
It sounds like a naked gun.
Nope.
No.
Yes, Frank. Yes. Yes,
Mighty
Frank.
Ducks.
Oh yes. Yeah. Okay.
Wow, you
yeah.
suck tonight, Ryan.
Most nights.
What?
You know. All right. So before we move on, let's take a quick break to talk about our sponsor. This segment is proudly sponsored by the Retro Game Club podcast. It's a fantastic, family-friendly retro gaming podcast. And each episode, Rob and a guest pick 2 games to play and discuss, as well as news, interviews, and other topics. This week, they're playing through Tapper and Salamander for the TG16, better known as Life Force for the NES. Visit them at retrogameclub.net or follow the link in the show notes. Tapper is the game where if you got a high score at certain bars, they would give you a free pitcher of beer. And
Ooh.
I think that
Whole
needs
pitcher.
to be a thing everywhere.
So we should open a bar.
Mm-hmm.
We could do live shows at the bar every Wednesday.
I like it.
We'll have a tapper arcade machine. If you get the high score, you can get a free pitcher of whatever super watered down light beer is on tap.
Yingling flight. I don't hate the idea. I've actually wanted to. So before the pandemic, I was seriously considering opening up a barcade in my area, and I still might have ambitions of doing that.
That's a tough gig.
Yeah, but I think I'm ready for it.
You're ready for it. You're emotionally ready for it.
I think I am. To be around arcades all day long, arcade machines, sure, and beer. What's not to love about that?
Slept at the bar again, didn't you, Donnie?
So somebody who just said, Satisfaction says, why haven't we talked about the new Lego Batman that they just announced?
Oh, that's a good call. I have never played a Lego game, so I will say that.
Aren't there Lego Batman games already?
There are, but this Lego Batman is covering
It's
the
different
Christopher
than the
Nolan.
last
Yes.
Lego Batman.
Yes.
Right. Totally different. Okay.
Different content, okay?
Right.
And Matt Berry is voicing
Yes.
Bane. Yeah.
So I thought it was Matt Berry, and I'm like, this sound. If it's not Matt Berry, it's somebody who does an amazing impersonation of him. Father!
I was just making jokes about how Will Arnett apparently got fired from Lego Batman voice.
Was he in the games or just in the movies?
I thought he was in the games too.
I think so.
All right, well, thank you for coming, students. Please take your seats. Welcome back to Uncle Rybread's Conspiracy Corner.
The new name is not at all creepy.
That's the point. It's supposed
Right.
to leave you in a sensation of suspense.
See, now you owe royalties to Go Hobo Go every time you say this name.
Sponsored by Go Hobo Go.
There you go.
TM. Have you ever played a game that felt like it had a hidden message or a secret? Something that laid beneath the surface that made you wonder what nefarious mind created the simulation? What if that game was one that was considered to be lighthearted and cozy by most until you or someone else started to recognize patterns that seemed more connected than coincidence would typically allow? Today's conspiracy involves the franchise Animal Crossing and how it's actually a purgatory simulation.
Message.
Now, before I address the jury, just wanted to cover really quickly what purgatory is for those who didn't grow up Catholic like myself. It's a Catholic belief that says that there is a spiritual realm that exists for those who have offended God, but still have sins on their soul. Or sorry, have not offended God, but still have sins on their soul. So they aren't allowed in heaven yet, but their sins aren't so egregious that they be placed in hell. So basically, you reside in this realm until you've atoned for your earthly sins and more or less paying off your debt, and then you are let into paradise. So, with that out of the way, let's get lawyerly. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today we examine this seemingly innocent video game franchise, Animal Crossing. While on the surface it appears to be a wholesome simulation of small town life, the evidence will show that it is, in fact, a carefully constructed allegory for purgatory. Through the following exhibits, I will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the player character is dead, the town is afterlife, and Tom Nook is more than just a raccoon. He is the warden of souls. Exhibit A, the mysterious arrival. In every entry of the series, the player character arrives abruptly by train, by bus, by taxi, or by plane. They carry no possessions, have no family, and are simply dropped into a new existence. This is no ordinary move in scenario. Members of the jury, it is symbolic of death and transition into the afterlife. Literature and myth often describe the afterlife as a journey by boat, carriage, or other transport. See Charon and the River Styx. The game's opening sequence mirrors that tradition exactly. Exhibit B, the debt of the soul. Immediately upon arrival, the player is greeted by Tom Nook, who places them in an endless cycle of debt. There is no means of permanent escape. As soon as one loan is paid, another is offered. This is not economics, it's penance. Tom Nook serves as judge, jury, and creditor, forcing the player to work off their earthly sins through toil. This is the very definition of purgatory, an endless waiting room where one must cleanse himself before moving on.
Like a washroom?
Exhibit C. What's that?
Like a washroom?
Where they got like a washroom attendant, and
Yeah.
you don't want to like pay the guy and tip him, right? But you can't just walk past because you got to wash your hands. Yes, that's exactly. Exhibit C, the eternal cycle of time. Unlike most games, Animal Crossing is bound to real-world time. The town continues in your absence. The flowers wilt, neighbors move, weeds grow. The entire world endures whether you play or not. The mechanic demonstrates that the player character has no agency over the passage of time. The afterlife marches on, indifferent to your involvement. That, members of the jury, is limbo. Blush. Exhibit D, the villagers as fellow souls. The town is populated by anthropomorphic animals. Each repeats phrases, cycles through routines, and offers shallow companionship. These villagers are not mere normals, they are fellow spirits. Each is bound to their own loop, unable to progress, echoing mythological descriptions of lost souls wandering purgatory.
Ducks in Disguise says, to move on to the afterlife and experience everlasting peace, you must wash your balls, dude. Seriously. St. Peter, maybe.
Isn't that the line from um what is it, the movie? It's the one with Dane Cook. Superstore movie,
Yeah,
you
Superstore.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the grandmother's like, just make sure that you hold out her seat for her and don't forget to wash your balls.
Who's an M? It's anal. You do?
Exhibit E, the musical guide. Every Saturday night, a dog named KK Slider arrives to sing. His music is often haunting, melancholy, and cryptic. He does not ask for money. He appears only in the quiet of night, delivering songs of reflection. This, members of the jury, is no coincidence. KK Slider is a psychopomp, a guide of souls, helping the player accept their eternal condition through song. And lastly, Exhibit F, the lack of an ending. There's no winning in Animal Crossing, no final boss, no escape. The game simply continues indefinitely, and the player forever bound to tasks like fishing, digging, and decorating. This endless loop is not a design oversight, it is purgatory manifest. So, my closing argument is, taken individually, these details may seem benign, but together they form a pattern too strong to ignore. The unexplained arrival, the endless debt, the looping time, the soul-like villagers, and the music guide, and the absence of an ending all point to one conclusion. Animal Crossing is not a cozy village simulator, it is the afterlife. It is purgatory, and the player, unknowingly, has been role-playing as a restless soul all along. I rest my case.
Now, with that being said, have the developers ever offered any weight to that argument?
Not at all.
No?
The whole point is this is conspiracy, like tinfoil hat shit, right? Where be like, it's purgatory. Did you see the thing, right?
It's a Joe Rogan level conspiracy theory.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Walking into this is why it's crazy. Rye breads. Uncle Rye breads. Conspiracy corner.
Right. Espoused half drunk from like the Thanksgiving dinner table.
Right.
Ideally, that's the ideal
Mhm.
conditions.
Hey
to
man,
get
you ever
these.
play Animal Crossing?
Gather around, kids.
You know,
Tell you something.
if purgatory is catching butterflies, I think I got this. I think I can do this. I feel prepared for purgatory.
Hey,
J
absolutely nothing
Dragon,
wrong with that.
I'm gonna agree with you. I could never get into Animal Crossing either.
Me neither. The farming sim stuff.
So
Can't do it.
boring. I'm sorry.
That's probably exactly why it will be your purgatory.
Oh, no, it would be my hell, is what it would be.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you for attending Crazy Uncle Rye Bread's Conspiracy Corner. Just a reminder, if you have ideas for a story you'd like to hear, send us a message at gamersweekpodcast@gmail.com, and we might feature your suggestion.
Crazy Uncle Robert.
Next time you do one of these, I think you should have a tinfoil hat that you put on.
I like it.
It's a good call.
Mhm.
Props are always fun, especially for
Mhm.
audio listeners.
They'll hear the crinkling of the tinfoil as you speak. It will add authenticity.
Then just take a bite. On that note, let's go ahead and wrap up the episode. Thank you for listening to episode 179 of Gamers Week Podcast, and a big thank you to the Retro Game Club Podcast, Love Retro BTW, Pixel Pond Production Company, and Absolutely the Best Podcast, a work in progress, for sponsoring this episode. Don't forget to check out their links in the show notes. If you want to connect with Gamers Week, follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky at Gamers Week PC. Watch us right here on Twitch at twitch.tv/Gamers Week Podcast, where we will record live every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Email us at gamersweekpodcast@gmail.com. Visit our merch store at gamers-week-podcast.creator-spring.com. Or if you want to do it the easy way, follow the links in the show notes. And last but not least, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/gamersweek. Finally, since you made it all the way to the end of this episode, please leave us a rating and a review to let us know how we did. We really do value your feedback. And while you're there, consider subscribing on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice. Choice. Guys, thank you very much for stopping in and hanging out again with us for another great show, another great recording. We do appreciate all that you do for us. Hopefully you heard some stuff about the games. If you didn't get to watch Gamescom, you've heard some stuff about the games that are coming out. You might rush to pick those up. I'm pretty sure they've got more announcements for us over the weekend to probably just blow our minds. And don't forget about the Silk Song announcement tomorrow, which I'm willing to bet it's a shadow drop. Blue is saying it's just a release date announcement. Who's going to win?
It's just going to be a release date announcement. I wholeheartedly wish, though, that I am wrong, because I've had multiple people online saying, "Oh, we're going to get a shadow drop tomorrow, full game available tomorrow morning." I would love to be wrong. I don't think I am, though.
I think it's going to be in the announcement of a collector's edition that's just a statue and not the game inside.
That's okay.
Gross.
That's okay.
Would you buy it? Would you buy a $400 statue for Silk Song?
Yeah, you would.
With no game. You don't even get the game.
Maybe. It depends what the statue looks like. If it's super cool, I mean, I have no choice.
You have no
Yeah,
choice.
take my credit card. Like, I'm helpless against the super cool statue.
Take my money.
I wasn't able to afford the mortgage this week, but the bank understood because I had no choice.
They totally will. That's what I'll just, instead of, like, I'll send them a blank, a check, but in the amount, I'll just write, I had no choice.
Please
Silk
understand.
You're right. Yeah.
Clown skin pre-order DLC, says D.
No, we are
Oh,
done.
Yes.
We're done with clown makeup. We're done
What-
with clown.
I
What
mean, it looks
noises.
Harley Quinn-esque, so I wouldn't.
What if we're not done? What if tomorrow they say we have to take it back to development
I
because
cannot.
we want to give you the game that you deserve?
I
Silk
cannot.
Song Part 1.
I can't handle that many
Ooh.
disappointments in 1 week. I can't do it.
Huh. I'm sorry, Coffee. I'm sorry. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just saying the possibilities are endless. We have a toss up. It's either going to be there's 3 balls we're juggling. Don't take that out of context. It's the shadow drop.
We never take anything out of context.
It's the release date, or it's the we're pushing it back because we want to give you what you deserve. Ooh, yeah, we're happy to announce we're delaying again to make it as great as it can be. Exactly, Ducks. I fear that is a possibility because of all the stuff that's happening in the games industry.
This would be the most epic setup of 2025 if that were true.
I gotta be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed. This ends a 6-year trolling of Blue.
Yeah.
We've
I've
got to
had enough
find
trolling.
we've got to
I've
find
had
something
enough.
else to troll her on.
I've had enough.
No, tomorrow
It's
it's the clown nose becomes infinitely bigger. It's now a beach ball level clown nose.
No, that's not going to happen.
All right, that does it for us this evening. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. We are going to send you on over to our friend Vance Velez. Vance is playing some Marvel vs. Capcom, and I think he's trying to do some personal bests on Clash of Superheroes. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that game, but he's trying to do some personal best attempts. So go ahead and hang out with him, check him out, and we will see you guys back next week. Take care. Have a great night. Talk to you later.
Good night.
Bye.